Blake Suniga, and with me at the broadcast table are Tim Swartz and Ryan Banafitemi.
And now a quick check of our starting lineups showing us who will hit the floor first.
Now here's Mitchell. Clark left side.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good on the triple.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Lucky she was off.
I just hope that was a mistake by the D, because if that's how they plan to guard her, they're going to have serious problems.
When you watch Ryan Howard, what a diverse skill set. Great versatility at both ends.
Absolutely. She can defend about 4 positions, score from all 3 levels, and we've even seen her play the point. Truly a franchise-level talent.
Now here's Jones. And that one's good. Gray.
Well, quite simply, Alicia Gray is a bucket. She'll find ways to score all over the floor.
Pass to Clark. And Brittany Griner with the block. Here's Howard. It's good.
The defenders didn't really even get a sniff of her on that move to the iron.
Austin outside. Mitchell, Gray defending. Count it.
What a tough player. Lots of times, Mitchell is the smallest player on the floor, but her heart might be the biggest.
Outside Canada. Pass to Jones. Back to Gray. For 3. Drops in the tray.
A younger player who loves to learn and loves to improve. I don't think it's crazy to say that Gray will be unstoppable when she develops a consistent long ball.
Now here's Clark. That's in there. Kelsey Mitchell with the assist.
How about that for a response?
We'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
Turning into a 3-point contest.
Here's Gray. On the wing, Ryan Howard. Griner with the screen. Howard can't get it to go. The Fever trailing. Mitchell outside. Pass to Clark. Howard the screen. Lets it go from deep.
And a shot by Clark, no good.
Outside Canada. Outside Howard. It's good from long range.
I love Howard's decision-making offensively, especially off the catch right there.
Mitchell outside. Tried to come right back with the 3 of her own, but it's no good. Now here is Canada. Out to Howard. Let's go with a 3. Rebounded by the Fever. Mitchell with it.
Austin outside.
Pass to Clark.
Howard the screen.
Canada grabs the board. Atlanta in the lead. Jones. The pick by Jones. The drive by Alicia Gray. And that one drops.
Showing great court awareness. Gray has a knack for making the right reads and pick and rolls.
And they could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Yeah, too many empty possessions. I mean, it's simple. They need points.
Outside Canada. Pass to Howard. Griner inside. It's stolen by Natasha Howard. Here's Bonner. And so she earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and she'll shoot 2.
She really can play in and out as a 6'4" wing with length. Joanna Bonner, a difficult matchup.
And as the WNBA continues to grow, the leadership we're seeing throughout the league has been great.
Both on the players and league sides. Some great people in charge, doing what's right for the future.
Absolutely, Brian. And the big thing, everybody's on the same page. They all want to advance the sport, advance the league, and continue to just be an elite product.
That one's good. Clark.
Perfect screen there. Set her up with a terrific look.
Yeah, but that's a bad job by the defender to not fight through that screen to contest.
You want to see more effort there.
Now here's Gray. She's got 7. Outside Howard. Goes up from the top of the key. Rebounded by the Fever.
That's a shoot-around jumper. Absolutely no excuses for missing it.
Clark outside. Pass to Boston. Mitchell. Bonner with it. 18 feet out. That one falls coming off Kelsey Mitchell's feet.
With a balanced offensive attack, Bonner embraces mid-range opportunities because she'll take what the defense gives her.
Now here's Walker Kimbrough. Looking for her first basket still in this one. Gray up top. Pass to Walker Kimbrough. That 3 off the mark. And here's Clark. And a foul on Gray. That's her first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
Now here's Hull. Pass to Boston. 6 to shoot. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Now Walker Kimbrough. Reiner. Coffee. Hull defending. And that one's good. Coffee.
Well, that's where Coffee can do the most damage. When she's working inside, she has a deep bag.
Mitchell outside. Green by Howard. Reiner with the rebound.
You know, typically she has the touch to finish when she's in that tight. Not sure what happened there.
And obviously the addition of Caitlin Clark to the Fever, that brought lots of extra attention.
I mean, Fever tickets are as hot as any in American sports, no matter what league. Clark bringing so much hype, and basketball fans everywhere are tuned in to see her every move, and by extension, the Fever as well.
From beyond the arc, DeWanna Bonner can be very consistent. She makes those long-range shots look easier than they appear.
Now here's Walker Kimbrough. No scoring yet from her, but that's likely to change. Outside Howard. Bonner. Back to Howard. And rejected by Brianna Jones.
What anticipation from Jones. Timing the block right, an elite defender in the W.
The 3 is up. They get the rebound. And there's the bucket. Staying with it that time, and offensive glass getting it done.
Coach has always told me that if you battle for offensive rebounds, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on the follow, just like she got there.
Down low. To the middle. Bonner. The basket drops, and she gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up for her.
You are not stopping DeWanna Bonner. Gotta respect her desire to convert through contact.
She's been in this league for a decade and a half now, but DeWanna Bonner is still going strong.
Yeah, that's maybe her greatest attribute, her consistency of excellence. She can do a lot of things at a high level, and you always love to see her activity level at both ends. She's a coach's dream.
Well, it wasn't a block officially, but it might as well been. She really affected that shot.
Yeah, it was clearly her defense that threw her off there.
Tries it from the top of the key. Rebounded by Walker Kimbrough. To the paint. Here's Jones. The Fever pull it in. And here's Cunningham. Pass to Bonner. Deflects the pass. And it's out of bounds to the Fever as Indiana retains possession.
A nice play to get a hand to that pass and tip it out of bounds.
She was just a hair away from coming up with the steal there. Good effort.
You know, sometimes just because you can make it from way out there, it doesn't mean you should try.
Kind of hypocritical coming from you, Tim. I mean, it wasn't that far out. Anyways, she can work for a better shot than that.
Hillman, that's good.
What a bad time for these defenders to just be standing around watching. I mean, not while the ball's in her hands.
Turner. Second chance shot. Yep, that one goes.
Flexing her physical attributes to complete the basket through contact. That's a heads-up play from Turner.
Kept alive. Outside Howard. And there's the pick to the inside. Hillman. Over Turner. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't take the lid off. That one misses. Would have counted had it gone. We're at the end of one in a close game so far. And a closely contested game here at the start of the second quarter. And what stands out to you from the Fever in this one?
It's been a long-range battle for them, and one they are winning.
Some sharp shooting from deep, a big part of why they're up.
Now here's Walker Kimbrough. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Sinks the three-pointer.
Well, when Howard is knocking down threes, Ryan is unguardable.
Here's Clark. Rebounded by Walker Kimbrough. Atlanta leading. Pass to Caldwell. Howard, Cole defending. Fires from deep. The rebound by Dantas.
Yeah, she didn't punish them for the weak coverage that time, but they just can't count on her missing.
Absolutely, Brian. She's got to go right back to that shot. The analyst motor of Sophie Cunningham. So tough to guard. She's always moving.
Pass to Walker Kimbrough. Good on the triple.
She had her head on a swivel and was able to still pick out the pass and get the assist.
Here's Hull. And here's Wallace. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
Substitution on the court.
We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Inside. Howard, that's good.
Things are really clicking for Howard on the offensive end, and her team should keep feeding her when she's on a roll like this.
Picked by Dantas. Olsen connects from three-point range. Outside Howard. Back to Canada. Pass to Howard. Takes the three. Caitlin Clark with the board. Now Colson. Cunningham sets a screen. Hull. Just 5 on the clock. Picked by Dantas. Here's Clark. And she sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Well, that's one way she can finish, but far from the only way. She's got all types of tricks up her sleeve.
Hillman, that's good.
Fantastic pass. She made that a very easy bucket with the setup.
Clark outside. Picked by Dantas. From outside the arc, Clark can't hit. Down low, Hillman. He can't hit that time. Some solid defense from Damiris Dantas. Hull with the ball. Howard's there. Unloads from 9. And it's blocked. And she recovers it. Here's Canada. Lays it up and banks it in.
Fighting through the trees, that was a spectacular move from Canada.
Pass to Colson. Cunningham sets a screen. Oh, up top. Dantas outside. No good with the triple. And here the Dream, leading by 5. To the paint. Here's Hillman. And they're going to count the bucket and send her to the line. It could be a 3-point play. So both teams changing it up here. And she's got her first opportunity at the line here tonight. Here's Colson. And they're looking for some kind of spark here.
Yeah, cold stretch offensively. They need a bucket.
Bonner on the wing. Guarded by Howard. Boston. Pass to Dantas. Not enough on that one as it misses. And so here's Atlanta. They lead by 8. That's the biggest margin of the game. Now Hillman. Here's Jones. The dream again can't hit.
And here's Indiana.
Here's Colson. To the middle. Jordan Canada with the steal. On the wing, Ryan Howard. Bonner defending. And she was camped there in the lane. And she gets a 3-second call. The dream making a switch here. Now here's Clark. Guarded by Canada. Back to Clark. Mitchell.
Yes, what an assist from Caitlin Clark.
That play shows you that Mitchell doesn't have to be ball dominant to be effective. She can just catch and shoot.
Atlanta calls timeout.
Now Canada. And Bonner pulls it down.
On the wing, Kelsey Mitchell.
Using the post moves to get the 2 points.
And that's pretty much an unguardable move for Mitchell. So skilled and composed with the ball in her hands.
Outside Howard. Picked by Jones. And once again, off the mark by Atlanta.
And talking about the dream, they do one thing very well. That's get to the line.
Last year, they led the league in free throw makes and attempts. The Dream have athletic slashers and players that can get to the rim.
She has really deep range. Mitchell's offensive game starts with that three-point shot. It forces defenders to pick her up at half court.
And the shot goes in.
Give an assist there, not for a pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed her up and really just made that layup possible.
The score now all even.
This is why Kelsey Mitchell is in the WNBA. She can carry a team offensively, have huge nights, and put on a show.
Now here is Canada. Howard up top. The tray. Good. And Jordan Canada gets the assist.
Right back at you. They immediately get those 3 points back.
Just trading punches from long range.
It's been a heavyweight fight.
Clark with it. Guarded by Canada.
And a shot by Clark, no good.
Yeah, the great shooters, they know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice there.
Yeah, not very good defensive coverage that time. The D got lucky.
Now here's Griner. She hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Clock is at 3. That one rolling around and rims out. Pass to Mitchell. Clark. She's covered by Clark. Here's Canada. Got it. She's now 3 for 5 from the field.
A true two-way guard. Canada's great defensive play turns into points. No help needed.
To the paint. Stolen by Jones. And here we go. Canada with the bucket. The Fever trailing. Pass to Boston. Mitchell. And they double up Kelsey Mitchell. Up top, Bonner. Mitchell outside. Now here's Clark. Again, the miss by the Fever. Now here is Canada. She's tightly guarded. Howard. Lauren Canada drives in. That's another one for her. Her 5th in just 7 shots.
The quickness of Canada on the drive is really something special, guys. Allows her to cut right to the basket.
Drafted back in 2018, Kelsey Mitchell has spent her entire career with Indiana.
Yeah, and the Fever have yet to make the playoff with her on the team. It's made Kelsey really overlooked. Quietly, she's carried their offense over the years, put up big numbers, and was an all-star in 2023.
Now here's Howard. She's got 16. Jones. And she can't extend the lead to double digits. Pass to Mitchell.
the screen.
From deep. It's rebounded by Atlanta. Outside Canada. Jones with it. To the inside. Stolen by Bonner. Now the Fever moving it up. Here's Mitchell. And she gets the bucket.
And this is how you execute in transition. Mitchell beating everyone to the right spot and being rewarded.
Now here's Griner. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for her. Howard, Cole defending. Screen by Griner. For three, Ryan Howard in for her 7th make in 13 attempts.
Oh, I think she owes the three-pointer dinner because it's been her best friend today, no question.
Well, it has been today anyway. I mean, look, most of her points have been courtesy of the deep ball.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
I wasn't sure they should try to get the three right back like that, but hey, it worked out for them.
Now here's Canada. 10 points for her. Here's Mitchell. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it, and she'll shoot one more at the line. She's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
And Mitchell understands her role on this team. She's out there to score as often as she can.
Now here's Howard. Cole defending. Signaling they're going to review the tape.
And even with so much time left on the clock, they have to make sure they get this call right.
And every little play can make a difference. You got to get all the calls right when you can.
And Brian, how many games have you seen that are, decided by one basket?
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Dream out in front. They're up by 2. And don't go away after the break. And it's been a back-and-forth game with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter getting started here. You look at Mitchell in this game, she's been everywhere.
And those threes have been dropping for her. Absolute dead-eye shooting in that first half.
Yeah, I'll say. I mean, this could not have been a more productive day for her from long range.
Pass to Howard. From down in the low post, it goes.
Few players make interior scoring look as effortless as Ryan Howard does. She has got just such a fluid offensive game.
Now here's Clark. Defense right on her. Over Canada. The rebound by Gray.
Now talk about hurting your team. She just can't get anything to fall out there.
Jones outside. On the wing, Ryan Howard. Yes, and a nice assist from Brianna Jones.
Good password. The assist was right on target.
Boston outside. Back to Clark. Jacks up a 3, and it's Atlanta with the rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Gray outside. Misses, and she would like to have that one back. Mitchell outside. Back to Boston. And it's Ryan Howard with the rebound. Atlanta leading. Inside. Reiner. It's good, and she drew the contact on the shot, so she'll go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity.
Well, Brittany Griner is just the 4th player in WNBA history to have double-digit all-star selections. That's incredible.
And the other 3 players are some of the best to ever do it, including Diana Taurasi, who Griner's played a lot of games with. What an honor.
Now here is Canada. She's covered by Clark, and Gray gets it to go.
Oh, some quick retaliation right there, huh, guys?
Yeah, it sure didn't take them long to go and get those 3 points back.
Timeout called the Fever. And we're well into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Back to Clark. On the wing, Kelsey Mitchell. Clock at 6. Clark outside. Off target from three-point range.
Misfires again, and the ball simply refuses to cooperate with her.
Down low. Here's Gray. The kick out to Canada. The pick by Jones. The second chance effort. And again, the dream score.
Excellent work in the pick and roll. Canada taking what the defense was giving.
Mitchell outside.
Yes, what an assist from Caitlin Clark.
Perfect screen there. Set her up with a terrific look.
Yeah, but that's a bad job by the defender to not fight through that screen to contest.
You want to see more effort there.
Pass to Howard. Gray. Jones outside to the middle. Here's Canada. Misses in close. Bonner inside. Howard's there. And here they come. This one for 3. Bangs home the trifecta.
They've got to watch out for Howard on those corner threes because she will live in that spot all game long if they let her.
Clark outside. Count that one.
Good job to create the easy bucket.
Now here is Canada. She's covered by Clark. Pass to Howard. Three-pointer. Good on the three-point shot.
What a smart feed by Canada. She's got a great eye for finding those ready shooters.
Here's Howard.
Boston up top.
And here is Mitchell. Now here's Howard. Guarded by Jones. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession, so we'll have a jump ball. And here comes the break. Pass to Canada. Double team on Jordan Canada. 6 on the shot clock. Fires for 3. Howard with the rebound. Now here's Clark. Mitchell outside. Brings it from beyond the arc.
Another long-range bomb for her. Her three-point shooting might be the key to cutting that lead down.
Definitely. As long as she keeps burying them, they might as well keep going back to the well.
And there it is.
Just like the coaches drew it up. Easy hoop. Gray with the perfect feet.
Pass to Howard. There's the 3. The rebound by Brittany Griner. The dream on offense. Canada. She's covered by Clark. Double team on Jordan Canada. A 3 from Alicia Gray. Gets it to drop, and she's now shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
Constantly in a position to score. Gray loves to shoot it off of a crisp pass.
And there's the 3-second violation.
Foolish play. I mean, she's got to be thinking out there.
Which she clearly isn't at this moment. Or maybe she was thinking, just not about basketball.
Pass to Griner. Gray.
You know, we try to not play favorites, but the truth is we're all fans here. So, guys, who is your favorite player to watch?
This is easy. I got to go with Sabrina Ionescu, who's also from my hometown of Walnut Creek. She plays so unselfish, but also has an amazing three-point shot, so she can score in bunches.
I'm a big Kelsey Plum fan. You know, I love players who can shoot, and Kelsey certainly can do that. But she also has other parts of her game that are very good. And, of course, I mean, lefties, they just make everything look better.
Pass to Dantas. Buries it down low.
In the paint, Dantas insists on getting her shot. Doesn't allow contact to slow her down.
Now here's Walker Kimbrough. She's covered by Clark. Plenty of daylight on that shot.
She's made the most of her chances, hasn't she? She needs to keep on working to get these good looks.
Boston outside. Mitchell.
Back to Boston. Stolen by Brianna Jones.
Basket is good. The assist from Alicia Gray.
A tough customer. Jones almost invites contact around the rim.
Pass to Boston.
Mitchell, Gray defending. Clark outside. Just 5 to shoot. Misses the 3.
You can tell she thought that triple was going to fall.
She's just shaking her head after that miss.
Gray outside. Howard. The three-pointer off the mark. Tries the spin move. Here's Bonner.
They get it back.
It's good on the putback.
That's some nice work on the offensive glass.
Now here's Walker Kimbrough.
Pass to Griner. Here's Howard. On the wing, Alicia Gray. Here's Jones. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket.
Well, scoops up the board. Jones knows exactly what to do. Put it back in.
Now Boston.
Pass to Mitchell.
And rejected by Brianna Jones.
And here's Walker Kimbrough. Bonner defending.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Walker Kimbrough with it.
Gray, she's covered by Mitchell. Griner with the ball. And Bonner pulls it down.
You know, she's not doing her team any good by firing up shots like that.
And it's going to make her teammates reluctant to share the ball with her. And that can really hurt a team offensively.
And here's Kelsey Mitchell for 3. And it's Atlanta with the rebound.
And guys, we've heard so much about Caitlin Clark, but Brian, why don't you give a scouting report to those who haven't gotten a chance to see her play?
Well, she's an incredible passer. She's got limitless range, and I think she's underrated as a defender. For the Fever, we're talking about a franchise player to build around.
Back to Boston.
That one falls coming off Kelsey Mitchell's feet.
A player you want to use in the pick and roll. Mitchell has great decision-making abilities. Made the right choice giving up the rock.
And here's Ryan Howard from the arc. Can't hit that one. Pass to Clark. Mitchell outside. The three-pointer is on target.
And how huge has she been to give her team a lift?
Yeah, certainly their deficit would be a lot bigger if it wasn't for her efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Now here's Howard. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. It's the Dream. And we welcome you back as we get going into the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Now here's Clark,
Covered by Walker Kimbrough.
Clark outside, fires the 3, hits the three-point bomb.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Canada up top.
Pass to Hillman.
And off the front iron, and in it goes.
Get open, Canada will find you. One of the best pure passers in the league.
Cunningham sets a screen.
Here's Hull, defended by Coffey. Shot clock at 6. Here's Colson. No good from outside. Coffey outside to the paint. Hillman. That's good, and it's Nia Coffey with the assist.
She can time her passes so perfectly. What an assist.
Here's Colson, guarded by Canada.
Pass to Cunningham.
And here's Colson. And it's off from three-point range. Now Canada.
Double team on Jordan Canada.
Now here's Walker Kimbrough. She's guarded closely. Shot clock at 2. Out of bounds, it'll be Fever ball. And the Fever making a change here.
Into the lineup for Indiana, number 25.
The Fever really having a tough go here. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Sinks the triple.
They can't afford to give her that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you have to fight over the top of it.
And you need some help as well.
Pass to Canada. Takes the 3. Basket number 8 for her on 13 attempts. That's a 62% clip so far.
Well, the arc isn't Canada's preferred shooting location, but she does have the touch to make it work.
Bonner outside. And the Fever hit again from deep.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3-ball at one end with their own.
A 3-point battle starting to take shape here.
The pick by Jones. For 3, Jordan Canada.
And it's Cunningham with the rebound.
Now here's Hull. Defended by Coffey. Pass to Bonner. Joanna Bonner missing again. Now here's Walker Kimbrough. The pick by Jones. Here's Canada. Rebounded by the Fever. To the inside. The kick out to Bonner.
The basket good off the assist from Sophie Cunningham.
What a final quarter they're having from downtown. A bunch of threes falling for them.
And they might as well keep going back to the well. Work that perimeter while they're hot.
And work it to the final whistle.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Pass to Howard. And Hull gets the whistle that time. That is her first foul of the game.
First team foul. Substitution for Atlanta, number 12, Nia Coffey.
Gray up top. Right side, Howard. 4 on the clock. Here's Griner. Foul called that time on the way up. And that'll give her 2 chances at the 3-point.
Second team foul.
That one on Turner.
It's so difficult trying to guard Griner without fouling, especially when she's aggressively looking to score.
Bonner outside. And it's Joanna Bonner again missing. Pass to Canada. Back to Howard for 3. Knocks down the 3-ball.
That's a great shot from Howard. She's out here to score as much as possible.
Dantas, defended by Coffey. Bonner right side. Here's Dantas. They waste no time getting those 3 points back.
No matter who it is, that kind of D is going to cut it.
Left side, Canada. Howard. Goes back up. Reiner with the bucket, getting it done inside.
What an instinctual nose for the ball. Reiner just cleans up the glass so efficiently.
Double team on Caitlin Clark.
Inside, Turner with the bucket.
Give credit where credit's due. Terrific assist inside.
And so here's Atlanta. They led the game at 1 point by 20. And here's Ryan Howard from the arc. Good. And Jordan Canada gets the assist.
Look, I'm not sure who was supposed to pick her up, but someone's going to get an earful from the coach for leaving her that wide open.
And one thing that makes this game so fascinating is all the different styles you can incorporate. What do you think is the best for winning, though, Brian?
Well, you know me. I love to grind it out. Slower pace, that's what wins come playoff time.
Yeah, maybe like in the 90s, Brian. I mean, I prefer teams that pick up the pace, take a lot of threes, and can outrun you.
Pass to Griner. Walker Kimbrough. Launches it. And the dream, another three.
Good find by Griner. She's so much taller than everybody at 6'9". It allows her really to see the rest of the court.
Howard the screen. Back to Boston.
Good.
Ran her defender straight into that screen to open up the lane to the hoop.
Now here's Walker Kimbrough.
She's covered by Clark. Howard gets the bucket.
Since halftime, she has been cash money from beyond the arc. When she's this hot, the green light doesn't get any greener.
Pass to Mitchell. And it's Atlanta with the rebound. Jones with it. Howard's there. Griner with the screen. Beyond the arc.
Caitlin Clark pulls it in.
Pass to Howard. Mitchell. Gray defending. Clark with it.
Here's Boston.
The kick out to Bonner. The three-pointer, no good. Now Walker Kimbrough. Outside Howard. And the three off target. Bonner outside. Pass to Clark. Mitchell with it. Gray defending. Rejected by Alicia Gray.
Well, shot blocking often comes down to anticipation and hustle. And that time, Gray showed both.
And here's Walker Kimbrough. Howard drains the three-pointer.
It's a one-man show out there, guys. Looks like she's willing to handle all the offensive duties.
Here's Clark. Outside Howard. Clark
On the wing, Kelsey Mitchell.
puts the move on. Ooh, no luck on that one. Alicia Gray with a defensive effort. Pass to Griner. Gray. Back to Griner. Basket is good. The assist from Alicia Gray.
Not afraid to play rough and rugged. Griner shows the ability to power through contact.
Mitchell. Gray defending.
Remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Up top Clark. Bonner. And the three ball is good.
Guarding her on the perimeter might not be a priority for them right now, but it will be if she keeps hitting those.
Pass to Griner. Howard. And the dream, another three.
How about that? Responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Yeah, terrific little back and forth right there,
It's
Tim.
been a lot of fun to watch.
Caitlin Clark with the three. That shot off the mark. Gray outside. Pass to Howard. From past the arc.
Caitlin Clark with the board.
Bonner inside. Guarded by Howard. Bonner no good. Gray outside. Howard up top. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
And even against stiff interior defense, Howard stays committed. She never even thought about giving up on the play.
On the wing, Kelsey Mitchell.
Guarded by Canada. Mitchell, shot's good. Outside Canada. So no problem for Atlanta as they get the win. And this crowd was stunned.